Hi guys, welcome back to Go Off Sis. This is Cassidy.
I'm Danielle.
And I'm Lexi.
Why are you laughing?
Because Lexi didn't know if she should say.
Yeah, because if you're first, then I'm not second.
We need
or
to
then
know.
you're second. I don't know, dude. I was just mad confused.
At the beginning of every episode, we argue about who's supposed to say it in what order.
Well, because you're persistent that you're second, but then you went first, so then I didn't know if I was second or third. You know?
I guess, yeah, that's true. Anyway, welcome back to another episode, guys.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, the best day of the week.
Yes.
Dare I say hump day?
Hump day.
Yeah, no.
Is that a millennial thing?
Oh, for sure.
Dude.
Anything
for
that
real?
where you do the voice inflection like that.
Like, sheesh.
Yeah, sheesh, hump day. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Millennial.
Do you think the listeners at this point can differentiate our voices?
Probably.
Maybe. The day ones.
Yeah. I don't know. I've listened to it a few times and sometimes gotten confused myself.
Same.
I'm like, wait, who actually said that?
Yeah.
Do you don't listen?
No.
Oh.
But like if I do, like sometimes I go to see how many views we have and like so it will play.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I'm like, literally who is talking?
I listened the week that I was in Peru and you guys did the
Oh, yeah.
the solo episode
Well,
with
that
you guys.
would be easier to tell our voices apart. It's only two people.
I guess that's true. Yeah, anyway, so we've got a travel horror story episode for you guys today.
Mm-hmm.
Dun dun dun.
We figured in the season of travel, it's summer, we want to scare you,
Yeah.
keep you away from the airports.
Keep
Yeah.
it spooky. Actually, literally, stay away from the airports right now.
Why? Just because of the
Well, 'cause of the-
Microsoft shutdown?
Yeah, because of the tech outage.
Well-
Everything's still messed up.
Yeah, so I'm going to read some stories and yeah, it's just going to be a fun little episode.
Yep.
I have some we have two personal stories to tell you guys.
Mhm.
The first one, our friend Becca texted us last week.
I was literally just looking. It was last week. It was on July. Oh, at this point, this is a batched episode.
Yeah.
Whatever the week of July 9 was.
Yeah. So she was flying with her two kids by herself. And I guess it was really there was a lot of turbulence.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy behind her, I was kind of being rude to one of her kids. Did she say he waved at her or whatever? And the guy behind her wasn't.
Oh, she said Ezra, her son, was telling me that he wanted to talk to people. And the guy behind him wouldn't engage with him at all.
Yeah.
So she thought he was being rude.
Yeah. And then I guess the turbulence got really bad. The guy behind them vomited all over them.
He projectiled.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Imagine throwing up to the point where you hit the person in front of you.
She said it came between the seats. I
No
heard
way.
something that I thought was someone opening a Sprite.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
And that was a Sprite that was shook up. And then I felt it and then I smelled it and I knew what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, what did she do?
I-
I would have actually sued him if that's possible. For emotional distress and here's my therapy bill. And that's
Yeah.
actually horrible.
I mean, mid-flight, the only thing you really can do is try to wipe it off.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. Unless you have, maybe
I
you have a
wouldn't-
change of clothes up in your
Your
carry-on.
carry-on.
Maybe you can
Yeah.
open it.
Well, did the flight attendants help clean it? Because that
I have no idea.
I mean, I'm assuming, but you never know.
because that's what? Like a biohazard. Anything that comes
Oh,
from your
yeah.
body, they literally have specific people that are supposed to come clean it.
I'm
Like
sure
blood or puke or anything else
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have a a strict thing to follow. That's not the first time someone's puked on a plane.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they've
projectile.
got protocol
Yeah.
and
Bro,
stuff.
they better have hit her with a free flight or something.
No, honestly.
She
The guy
deserves
should have
it.
hit her with a free flight.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I wonder if he even apologized.
Well, he
Well,
probably wasn't. Well, so he wasn't engaging because he wasn't feeling good.
Oh, okay.
But,
yeah.
you know, if
Yeah.
some kid's trying to say hi to you and you literally are I'm going to throw up,
Yeah.
you're not going to engage with him. So
they give you bags. There's bags.
yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes there's not bags. I would say 50% of the time I don't have a bag in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like to check. I'm a prepared queen.
Mm.
And yeah, half the time it's where's my
I
puke
just
bag?
I promise you he had a backpack, puke in the backpack, just anywhere.
If it's projectile though, you probably just don't know what's coming.
You
Yeah.
think?
yeah.
Have you ever projectile vomited?
I've never.
I've never either.
What?
Have you?
Projectile, you don't feel it coming and then just
everywhere.
I feel like you feel it coming.
I have had it where I've tried to run to the bathroom,
but so you felt it coming.
but like within like 10 seconds, I was like, if I don't get to the bathroom in 10 seconds, I'm going to puke somewhere. And that it's usually those quick ones.
In the 10 seconds.
It's like those quick ones where it's projectile. I can only think of one specific time that I did it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to hate on anyone that's done it, because if I ever do it, whatever.
You feel horrible
well,
afterwards.
no, yeah. It's
like,
just like,
it's not something you can control.
I just feel like I'm so aware when my body is not feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably would have asked for a bag or something long before that. I would have
but also like, what if he was like, what if the seatbelt sign was on and he like felt really weird? He was like, oh, I just got to like breathe through it. And you know what I mean? And maybe the bathroom was filled at the time, like both bathrooms.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure the seatbelt sign was on because she said that it was like during turbulence.
Yeah.
Oh
anyway, that's Becca's story. I also wanted to tell you guys a story from one of my friends.
Oh no.
So she was in Italy and they rented a car, which normally I feel like people don't rent cars in Italy. Maybe they do. But I guess it was this whole thing, like getting the car, whatever. Like they had Google mapped to go somewhere. And, you know, obviously they followed the directions, drove there. They started to go down this alley. And, like, it's what Google Maps told them to do. They're going down the alley. And the alley slowly, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. But they keep going because it's like they literally can't turn around at this point. The alley got so thin that they actually got stuck. Their car was stuck, wedged in between the alley. Turns out Google Maps mapped them through a section that's like motorcycle, scooter only, walkable area. But it's still like technically a road, but like you can't drive a car down there. Anyway, they got stuck. They eventually were able to how did they get out? Maybe the back or something? I don't know. The back doors. No, like literally they couldn't get the car out. And
probably
so
like the trunk.
There was someone on a motorcycle coming down and helped them and like got the car, I think, out eventually. Like the local had to get them out.
Wow.
And I don't remember what happened to the car, like if they filed a claim or whatever, but they literally got their car stuck in an alley.
And couldn't
get it out.
That's insane.
I know. And like scratched up all the sides and everything.
Dang.
I know.
That would suck. I literally don't even know what I would do.
Because it's like one of those things where it's like, there's no way the alley is getting smaller.
Yeah.
Like
you might think it's your vision or.
Yeah. You're like, it wouldn't map me down like a place
Google
I can't
Maps,
drive.
I trust Google Maps.
Yeah.
Well,
apparently can't trust anyone nowadays.
Apparently not.
That's crazy.
Do you guys have any personal travel stories?
One time, actually with Becca.
The one that had the projectile bomb.
Yeah, the one from the first story. We were coming home from Guatemala, and there was a man sitting in front of us, and he was like kind of upset, and he was trying to get the flight attendant to come and like hitting his thing, and they were like leaving they were about to go on we were about to take off basically, and he was like, I need to go to the bathroom. And the flight attendant was like, I can't go. Like, sorry, you need to stay in your seat. Like, we're about to take off, sir. And he's like, I need to go to the bathroom. And she was like, sorry, like, you're going to just have to wait. Like, and this man was older. And then and then at one point, like, I don't even know. He was like, I'm going to poop my pants. I am going to poop my pants. And she was like, sir, just wait. And then he pooped his pants sitting in front of us.
That's horrible.
And I felt so bad.
That makes me feel bad. Like, just let him get up.
It's like a law that during takeoff you cannot use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, it's a law. You have to be in
because he
your
would
seat.
be like in the bathroom, like no seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Like, what if he like hit his head?
If you're mid takeoff, you can't stop. Yeah.
And we were on the runway. I don't know
Yeah.
why I couldn't think of that word. The runway. We were like on the runway about to take off.
That's so horrible.
It was
What
horrible.
did he do? Just get up and change his pants?
I
Could have just
guess.
thrown away the underwear.
I honestly don't even really
underwear.
remember. I just remember like he did end up like somehow getting to go to the bathroom. I don't remember if it was like a little bit after takeoff, but
he did poop his pants.
yeah, that's what he said.
Did it
Because we
smell?
smelled it.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
It was gross.
That's so bad.
But I felt bad.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, no one wants to be in that position. And like, yeah, what are you supposed to do? You're on a runway. Yeah, that's why I always go to the bathroom before I get on a flight.
Yeah.
I always keep an extra pair of clothes in my personal item as well.
Oh, you have to.
When I travel,
I
yeah.
also always travel with like Tums. I
Yeah.
like the worst thing ever is to have like an upset stomach on a flight. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never happened to me because I'm always prepared for that.
Because I'm always locked in.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me read you guys this first story.
Okay.
It's a little bit long, so a little bit of a story time.
Okay.
Settle in. If you're listening, take a sip of tea, sip of coffee. You guys like my comfy voice?
Is this your comfy voice? Sounds kind of like a teacher voice.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah.
Okay. A few years back, my wife and I were traveling around Europe, and we were about to catch a train from Budapest to Romania. We arrived at the station about 2 hours before boarding, as we wanted to make sure we found the right train to give ourselves plenty of time. We were lucky enough to find a conductor who stepped off the carriage that we thought we were going to be traveling on. He was a really lovely guy who actually let us on the train well before any passengers should have boarded, showed us to our private sleeper compartment while telling us in broken English that we have to go back out to the platform with our tickets before we boarded. We settled in for about half an hour when we noticed where people were starting to queue up on the platform outside. So we decided that it was probably time to hop off so we can hand over our tickets and reboard the train. I thought I would pop into the bathroom before we went outside and stood in line, so I ducked into the toilet at the end of the corridor just next to the exit, dropped my pants, sat down on the toilet, and did my business. And a rather big business it was, too, thanks to some dodgy Hungarian food the night before. Next thing I know, someone is banging on the door. So I quickly finish and open the door to be greeted by the same lovely conductor who was yammering away in a mix of Hungarian and Romanian gibberish. As I stepped off the train onto the platform, I saw my wife's face, who was looking straight at me, wide-eyed, mouth agape, in what I can only describe as a pure look of horror. Wondering what the heck was going on, I looked at the rest of the passengers whose faces ranged from an absolute disgust to comedic hysteria. The conductor kept his barrage? I don't know what barrage means, but kept his, or barrage? Anyway.
I think it's supposed to be Mirage.
It's B-A-R-R-A-G.
Okay.
E.
No idea.
Whatever. And I heard the word bathroom in station as he pointed down at the tracks right next to the steps that everyone would be using to get back on the train. This is where time seemed to slow down as the realization of what had happened slowly set in while I processed the conductor's strange and unexpected behavior, my wife's look of shock, and the various expressions on the faces of the 30-something passengers lined up alongside the train. As I started to repeat in my head, "Please don't be what I think it is," I glanced down towards the tracks, and sure enough, there it sat, a big, stinking, steaming pile of poop. Toilet paper and all, right in front of all the passengers. How was I supposed to know that the toilets on older trains empty straight out onto the tracks, other than the sign I saw on the back of the toilet door that I didn't see on my first visit? I had to stand there in line with everyone for almost 20 minutes while everyone held their noses and gave me filthy looks, all while imagining them witnessing the plop, plop, plop of my business falling 2 to 3 feet from the underside of the train onto the tracks right next to them. Talk about an uncomfortable train ride. I was too embarrassed to step out of my cabin for the entire 26-hour trip.
I have so many questions.
Wait, so the pipe empties out
onto the train track?
onto the train
I don't
tracks.
even think it's like a pipe. I think it's literally like a porta potty where like when you hit the flush button, it just goes straight down. Yeah.
But like where people can see.
Yeah.
Right, but normally the train is moving.
And so it's not anywhere where there would be a station or anything like that. So they would just like empty
So you're
onto
not
the tracks.
supposed to use the bathrooms when the train is stopped.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I still don't understand, like, even when the train is moving, that's disgusting.
Yeah, like that shouldn't, whatever country has that legalized should change that.
Hungary.
Yeah.
That's actually insane.
It was either Hungary or Romania. Yeah.
That's insane. Ew.
Yeah.
If I was the wife, I would be so embarrassed.
Immediate divorce.
Yeah.
Immediate divorce. You pooped on the train tracks? Divorce. Divorce.
Dude, I just can't even fathom that. That's insane.
I didn't love his descriptive words that he used, like steamy.
Yeah.
Like that was triggering.
Or like plop, plop, plop.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like people on Reddit are always descriptive.
Yeah.
Like something about them.
They're
like
looking for a
wannabe
story
authors.
to tell. Yeah, they are. For sure.
Yeah.
All the wannabe authors.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a crazy story.
It really is. And now I'm like thinking to myself, I don't know, like how would you know? I guess he said there was a sign in the bathroom, but
but was it in a different language? Like,
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
Ugh.
I wouldn't think that. Like, I've been on a train in Europe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think, like, if I got onto the train, I would think like, oh, I'll use the bathroom. Like if I needed to, but all right.
It's an old train, I guess.
Wow.
Okay. So I have like a couple horror stories, and then I did a couple of like categorized ones.
Okay.
So I'll just go to the next one. I was camping at a popular campsite in an area with fast wind gusts. We had just arrived and we wanted to hike over the dunes to the ocean before the sun set to take a quick dip. So we set up our cheap, poorly made tent very quickly and did not stick it down well at all. And then all three of us climbed inside to change into our swimsuits. You know what's coming next? Wind. A huge gust of wind picked up our tent with us inside it in various states of undress. Our bad attempts at staking in the loose sandy ground did nothing. The tent was blowing up all around us. In an attempt to hold the side of the tent down, my friend scrambled to the corner but tripped and fell to the side instead, knocking it over completely and snapping one of the poles. Some strangers came over to help hold it steady so we, still mostly naked, could climb out of our upside down, now broken tent that was blowing around like a windsock.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's why we don't tent.
That reminds me of Princess Diaries.
That's what I was thinking.
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking that reminds me of Princess
where
Diaries.
they're changing, yeah.
In
the thing.
Yeah. On the beach.
Yeah.
But then doesn't Lana like literally like pull it away?
Yeah, they like do
Right.
it on purpose.
Yeah.
But still.
Same thing.
I actually do have like a travel story that's bad, but I actually feel like I already shared it. The one of like me and my friends at the Tennessee like roadway inn.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, so I can't even reshare that.
Anytime I see a roadway inn sign, it's triggering.
Yeah, imagine being me, the person that experienced it.
Yeah, it's so bad. You said there was like pee on the
there's like
the
pee
elevator
outside of the elevator. There were like the mattresses were straight up just on the floor, like no bed frame. Like there were holes in all of the sheets. Like
Those are like, you know how people say like, oh, men don't have headboards or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is what it's giving. It's like a man's living.
There was like
situation.
one pillow, like not even like the sheets like had holes literally in them, like not matching. Like it was actually so bad.
Yeah.
There was other gross stuff too, like just stains on the wall, like stains on the floor, like suspicious stains. Yeah. But yeah, anyways.
Ew.
That's one thing about me. Like I am not gonna cheap out on my hotel.
Yeah.
Well, now I know that.
But like growing up, I feel like mom would get okay hotels. Not the worst, but definitely not the best.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say they were like one step above the worst. So not like the roadway
like a
inn, but
2-star.
I would say they were like right there. We did find blood in the sheets one time at a La Quinta.
Outside of Nashville.
Yeah, in Nashville.
What is up
Yeah.
with Nashville?
Honestly,
Got some freaks or something.
yeah.
Yeah, that
But-
was an interesting experience.
Yeah. And like we had to sleep on the floor at the La Quinta too.
Yeah, we did rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, it was horrible.
But we didn't have to sleep on the floor.
That's true. One of our friends had to sleep on the floor. But I feel like I am so particular about where I stay. Now I feel like it's probably to my fault where it's like, okay, like a Holiday Inn would probably work. But like instead I'm going to get something a little nicer just
Oh
because
my gosh, Cass.
I like to step it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I
that's where
mean,
you're sleeping.
Yeah.
You have to feel
Yeah.
comfortable.
You also have to feel safe.
Yeah.
Like I have a wedding in 2 weeks and I have to get a hotel room for 2 nights. She gave me the option. She was like, do you want to stay like Airbnb, hotel? And I was like, you know, I'm by myself. I'm 100% getting a hotel and I'm going to get a nice hotel.
Yeah.
A Hilton, you know,
The
whatever.
Hilton.
Yeah.
I'm a Marriott girly.
I'll do either. I know you're a Marriott girly. We know.
Oh.
I do not stay in hotels enough to be a girly. Sadly.
Okay. I was staying at an Airbnb in Vernaza. I don't know where Vernaza
What?
is.
Me either.
Yeah.
I'm looking up.
Not right now.
Oh, okay.
Not in the middle of my story, Danielle.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's rude. Okay.
Honestly. Thank you for listening, Lexi.
As she was on her phone during your last story.
I was not on it. I was checking a notification that went through. That's different. I didn't open it, you know.
Oh, interesting.
Bro, if you get the Venmo notification, you're telling me you're not looking.
Heck yeah, I'm looking at Venmo.
Yeah, like that was confused. So
okay. I was staying at an Airbnb in Vernaza and decided to go for a swim. The beach area was crowded and there was no way I was going to keep line of sight with my stuff. So I decided to only bring the key to my Airbnb and my towel, leaving my phone and wallet behind inside. I go for a very relaxing swim and head back to my Airbnb, put the key in the door, and it doesn't work. I'm trying everything I can to get it to work, clockwise, counterclockwise, jiggling the lock, putting pressure on the door in case the latch is stuck, but it just won't budge. So here I am in sandals and a bathing suit, no phone to contact the host, no wallet, and I can only speak a bare minimum of Italian.
so somewhere in Italy.
Yeah, so it's got to be in Italy. Thank you, Lexi, for putting that together for me.
You're welcome.
I decided to go into the shop next door to see if they might know the Airbnb host or the owner of the building. The shop owner spoke no English, but we were able to get an understanding that my key wasn't working. I brought her to the door and she tried the lock, no success. Then her eyes lit up and she brought me around to the other side of the shop where there was the exact same door right down the hall, right down to the doorknob and the planter in front of the steps. I tried the key and it worked.
What?
Wait, I'm confused.
So they were trying the wrong door.
Oh, I see.
Like it literally
Okay.
was just the wrong door.
She just had the wrong door.
Yeah, but
I
like
see.
the
So
like they
she's
had
stupid.
the same exact door. It could be a guy too.
Oh, I thought it was.
Didn't
Okay.
say.
Okay.
But literally the same exact door. They all look the same. Like everything.
People.
Honestly,
Oh.
I've heard of. Are you just figuring out what happened?
well, just like I just don't understand the big deal. He went to the wrong door, or she.
he or she. Yeah, just went to the wrong door. Like the thing.
It's embarrassing
just-
that they went all the way to like the local
Well,
store place.
It could have been so bad because if your phone and wallet are in there and like it didn't work, what would you do?
You'd have to break the door down.
Sure.
Yeah,
But
but it
Break the
sucks.
door down of the wrong Airbnb.
Yeah, that would have been embarrassing.
Yeah. I've actually heard of people doing this of like phone inside and then like somehow you get locked out. That actually happened to me here. I like the back door like locked and I left my phone inside really quickly. Like I was just running outside really quick. And then I came back, the door was locked. Thankfully, Charlie was coming back in 10 minutes. So I literally sat outside just by myself for 10 minutes.
That's crazy.
Just thinking.
Yeah, I was like, wow, what is life? you really do boil down, your purpose in life when you're locked out with no phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time. If like I don't have my phone and something happens, I'd be freaking out.
Yeah.
That's how I try to memorize numbers.
I was gonna say you just
Yeah.
memorize numbers and just call like one person.
You have
and
to
you're
like
good.
find a phone. You have to like go ask someone to use their phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
I had to do that one time. Brett and I were getting mulch, and I didn't know where he was at this big mulch yard, and I left my phone in the car, and I thought he left.
Little Daniel got lost in the mulch.
I literally walked all the way around this place, and I did not see his truck anywhere.
I cannot find him.
Oh, okay. So I found some lady
Brett. Okay.
used Brett's phone, called him, and he was like, "I'm here. I'm just parked out on the road."
Oh.
I found him, but thankfully a nice lady.
Do you guys
Yeah.
remember at our old house in the neighborhood that Jude's family lives in?
And the lady got locked out by
Yes.
her kids.
And she
Yes.
wrapped herself in her welcome mat
Yes.
because she was
She was
doing the laundry
naked.
naked in
guys,
her garage.
let me tell the story.
Oh, well, you asked us if we remembered.
Okay, so she was doing laundry in her garage naked, and her baby was inside. And did the baby close the door?
The baby
Yeah.
was a toddler.
Yeah, closed the door, and it was locked. And she was in a bra. No, she wasn't in anything.
no, yeah,
she was naked because
Yeah.
she had one of those like scratchy brown welcome mats.
And she wrapped it around herself like a towel and came to our front door and was
Yes.
like, "I'm so sorry." Like,
She was crying.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I would be too. And you got to re-shower. Now you got all
That's
that
true.
pokiness on you.
And think about the baby being left inside by themselves.
Yeah, that's already so
That's what
scary.
she was freaked out about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one that had to help her.
You did?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that was
What
you.
did you do?
I brought her inside and we had a home phone at the time. So I let her use the home phone
I remember that actually.
Because mom wasn't home. It was just me. I think you guys were there.
Mm-hmm.
Mom was
That's
out doing
crazy.
something.
I remember
Trust in,
seeing
like,
her at
such
the front
young
door.
children.
Yeah.
She put trust in like
Oh, I
you.
know.
Like,
She had just moved in. She didn't know anybody else. Like they probably moved in like maybe 3 or 4 weeks before this happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mom did like introduce. Like I remember meeting her.
Yeah,
that
I
lady,
did too.
And she was like the only. That must have been like the only neighbors that she met was us. And so she came over because
Yeah.
she was a couple houses. Oh no, she was like kind of across the street.
I was a little bit older. I was probably like 16 or 17, like old enough to be able to help her.
yeah.
You know, so I felt,
Crazy.
man, I felt so bad for that lady.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
that sounds actually horrible.
Yeah. Her
Yeah.
husband came, unlocked the door. They were good.
Yeah.
She gave me a thank you basket.
You.
She did. It
Specifically?
said Danielle on it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, let me find my next story. My wife and I were taking a car ride from Delhi to Agra.
These are some well-traveled people.
I know,
I know,
for, real.
for real.
I mean, it is Reddit. Also, Jinx.
Yeah.
I said I know for real.
Yeah, so did I. Jinx.
Okay, Jinx. Along the way, on a fairly bare stretch of highway, a crazy guy jumped out in front of us with a pair of scissors held up to another guy's neck, trying to get us to stop or else he would kill the guy. When he realized we weren't stopping, he threw the man in front of our car and started slashing at the car. We barely dodged the guy thrown in front of the car and made it out safe. We had no idea what was going on, and it freaked us out quite a bit.
Quite a bit. That's like insane.
That's like things you hear about as like your great uncle trying to like be like, oh, don't travel abroad
Yeah.
because I heard of this guy with scissors that one time.
No,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
That
actually
uncle
insane.
Yeah.
telling you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy. I mean, I've heard stories of stuff like that. Like I've heard like people will go and like if you have a purse, they'll take a knife and like slice the straps off and then just take the body of the purse.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, if someone took my purse, they're just getting a lot of lip stuff.
They're hitting the road jack.
I know, for real.
They'll
They're
open
gonna
it
be
like, wait,
3
actually,
lip
this is sold out.
liners,
The exclusive vanilla birthday
Yeah.
cake road. Oh my
They're getting an
gosh.
eyelash curler. They're getting pepper spray. They're about to be like, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even keep like I keep like one card with me, so I'll just cancel that card.
Exactly,
Be like
like-
you're stupid.
Yeah.
You got to keep purse out of it though, probably.
Yeah, well, without the straps,
True.
just the body.
Just the body of a purse.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's
I saw-
probably one of my worst nightmares is people doing something like that, like
Yeah.
cutting my like a pocket out of my purse and taking everything out while
Yeah.
I'm walking.
Yeah. And like how embarrassing. You like look and you're like, oh my gosh,
My purse is
my
gone.
purse body is gone.
Yeah.
But the strap is still on me. Like
That's so humbling. I'd be like, okay, so I need to be more self-aware. Clearly.
Literally. Crazy.
Okay.
Okay. We
Next.
recovered. Next.
Yes.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you.
Okay, this one's like a little longer, not too bad though.
Okay.
Okay, this was in Beijing and my flight was delayed from Shanghai. So I arrived to check in at the hostel way past midnight. Do you know what a hostel is, Lexi?
Isn't it? I think so, but what is it again? Like I know
Do you
what
know
it
what it-
is, but like I don't know if I could describe it. It's like a place you stay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know. Like,
Like multiple people might stay in the same
yeah,
room.
yeah. There
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah, and they're
Okay.
like usually way cheaper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they're known for being a little bit dangerous.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I
Because you're
actually do.
sleeping.
Yeah.
with random people.
Yeah, usually
Strangers.
solo travelers will do hostels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I checked into my hostel way past midnight. I get really anxious about waking people up, so I literally just left my suitcase at the bottom of my bunk bed, climbed up to my bed. It was a 4-person room. Every bed was occupied. Anyway, I climb up and realize that the bed wasn't made, and the hostel had left the sheets in the pillowcases at the end of the bed, so that I would have to make it myself. In my anxiety, I only managed to put on the pillowcase, and I went to bed wearing my jeans, socks, and everything other than my shoes.
That's so relatable.
I've never done that.
No, it's relatable that it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to wake people up. I'm literally just gonna sleep in my clothes.
Oh, okay. I've never slept in my clothes.
Ever?
No,
Oh,
literally never. Unless
I don't
maybe I
think
was a
I
child.
have either.
I
Like,
definitely
unless I
have,
fell
and then
asleep.
like I wake up and we'll take them off usually.
I haven't. I prep before bed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
Like she's just so restless. She's like, or reckless. She's like, oh, I'm just having like such a good time. I'm just gonna go lay down. And like
Yeah.
I just feel like you're the type to just be like,
yeah, that is actually in fact how it happens. Like
Okay.
sometimes you're down bad, you're just trying to sleep.
yeah. Which okay. Okay, where was I?
And then if you wake up with the fit on, you're already ready for the next day.
With the fit on.
You've fallen asleep with makeup on before, right?
Yeah, I did it probably 2 days ago.
Oh,
Do you do that, Janelle?
No.
I literally have never in my
I
life.
only do it if I'm like
I used to.
If I get into bed without like with my makeup on, I will not get out of bed to take it off. And like I'm self-aware, but then I lay in bed and then I'm like, oh, I'll get up this time. No, I won't.
Is your pillowcase not full of makeup?
I mean, yeah. So then I switch sides and then I wash it.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Wow.
So this person falls asleep with all their clothes on. Unsurprisingly, I had a really uncomfortable sleep and kept waking up at random points in the night. The next day, the hostel provided a great wall tour, and I signed up and made friends with some guy. We hit it off straight away and started chatting about the hostel. He started complaining about one of his roommates who had kept him up all night with his snoring and kept punching his bed to wake him up. I replied by saying something like, oh yeah, people who snore shouldn't be allowed to stay at hostels. And we spend the rest of the day... rest of the day, there's a swear word, so I'm trying to like get around it. We spent the rest of the day laughing and talking about the snorer. You probably know where this is going, but yep, I ended up being the snorer and I was his roommate who kept waking up in the middle of the night because of the dude's punches on the bed. We spent a good hour laughing on the story about it, although I probably won't ever stay at hostels ever again now because of it.
That is so interesting. Like, so this guy or girl was single, probably didn't know that they snore.
Yeah. And then like this guy's like, man, this person in the hostel snored so bad. You're like, oh my gosh, that sucks. And then you're like, it's literally you.
It was
I wonder how it would feel to go your whole life and then like, you know, you have like you get married, you start sleeping next to someone and then they tell you, hey, just so you know, you snore.
Yeah.
That would be like, I would be so sad.
It would be humbling. And honestly, I would do everything in my power to get it to stop.
Yeah.
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 Do either of you snore?
No.
I don't either.
If I'm sick,
Oh yeah, she's a snorer.
I snore.
Yeah.
but I don't.
If you have to preface if this, you snore.
No, like when I'm sick, I'll ask Brett, I'll be like, did I snore? And most days he says no, but if I'm super congested, he'll be like, yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. Charlie he'll snore if his head is like in the right position.
Do you ever just hit it and make it like
Hit his head?
Put it in the right position?
Do you ever just smack it? I mean, I'll literally like poke him and be like, you're snoring.
And then he'll just be like, sorry.
Yeah, and then he'll like
move.
reposition or whatever.
Have you ever
That
seen
makes
those
sense.
nose strips?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they actually work?
Miguel wore them on Love Island.
He did. I've heard they do work.
They
yeah.
do work. I'll wear them when I'm sick. I'll put
So you
them
have
on.
them.
So
so that
you're
I
a
don't-
snorer.
She's a snorer.
No, I only do it when I'm okay.
Well,
Sweetie, it's okay.
we've stayed in the same room as you. You don't snore.
No, I don't.
I could
Oh
see you
my
heavy
gosh.
breathing.
This is I know like dad snores. We
Yeah.
all
Oh,
like
The
so
house
bad.
rumbles.
Yeah, like you're downstairs, you can hear him from just chilling in the living room. Like when we had to stay in like a shared room though, like a family hotel. Like were you guys like you know how I see it on TikTok all the time. Like you'd actually like cry because you couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
Because your parent is snoring so loud.
I remember sticking the pillow on top of my head.
Yes, and
and using the mattress as the pillow.
Yes,
yeah.
and like closing my eyes and being like, please fall asleep, please fall asleep.
Yeah. But
It's so bad.
I would just put my headphones in, like with my iPod Touch, and like
I don't know. I hate snoring.
It is quite rude to the
Yeah.
people around you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got another one?
We've got a lot of stories, so
Oh,
I have
okay.
to keep going.
Okay.
Sorry, you guys got to stop your yapping.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm going to call
We're
you
done.
Yappity.
Yappity.
I was 18 and it was my first time traveling alone. I went to Argentina for 3 months. My first weekend, I'm wandering around the Buenos Aires area. How do you say it? Buenos Aires?
Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires. At the time,
She kind of ate that up.
Thank you. At the time, I knew enough Spanish to get by, and a man approached me asking for directions in Spanish. I tell him that I'm not from there, and then he asks me if I'm a tourist. I say yes, and he seems delighted, quickly telling me
Rookie mistake, you're getting robbed.
that he is too. He offers
Liar.
up the idea to explore the city together, and I, alone in the big city, agree. We start walking together. He seemed like a really nice guy. After about an hour, he says, "Tango hombre." I'm hungry. I hadn't eaten since breakfast, and it's about 1, so we go to a nice restaurant. He tells me I have to try the steaks and the red wine. I'm not much of a wine fan, but he convinces me.
He's gonna drug her.
We're
Yeah.
there for about
Wait,
an
is
hour.
it a girl?
It doesn't say. You guys can't assume the genders
Yeah.
on these.
It could be
That's
a
true.
man.
Okay. We're there for about an hour and the bill comes. It's 140 pesos. He pulls out 100 pesos. I try to pay for my half, but he only lets me pay 40 pesos. He tells me I can get the beers later. We continue on our little adventure, and eventually we come to a bar with outdoor seating. The waitress brings out a liter of beer, and we relax. Soon enough, another liter comes out. We finish the second liter and leave this bar. Then I wake up 8 hours later, missing my debit card, iPod, cell phone, and my travel guide.
Yeah, obviously.
She got drugged.
Drugged and robbed.
Never say you're a tourist. Even though if I'm in Buenos Aires, someone comes up to me, are you a tourist? I'll be like, yep. Never been here before a day in my life.
Why do you sound like Mickey Mouse? Yep.
You know who sounds like Mickey Mouse? James Charles.
Oh my gosh, low key.
Hi, sisters.
I feel like we
Why
talk
do you-
about James
yeah.
Charles in every episode.
We
And
don't know about
usually
every
you
episode.
bring it up.
Okay, I told you guys I'm a fan of James Charles lately.
Right.
I think he's hilarious.
You low key talk like him.
Me?
What
I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, you
Sisters?
said I think he's hilarious. I love James Charles.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I started to adapt a little bit of James Charles in that past sentence, but
You're
I don't think
turning
I do.
into a sister.
I am a sister. Hey, sister.
Yeah, like you barely changed your voice when you just said that.
Okay. Let's get back to Buenos Aires.
All right, bro.
I mean, they got
Yeah, there's
drugged.
not just like
There's
you're an
nothing
idiot.
else. They're
like,
stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Could've told you that.
The thing that got me was
Especially
like,
if you're a woman. I think it was a man though.
it probably was a man. The thing that got me was like the first round of eating went fine. It was the second round where they said, "Oh, I'm gonna drug you now."
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Oh, sorry. I just broke your plant.
Yeah, I'm watching you. She's literally chopping up my plant with her hands.
Lexi.
I didn't mean to. It's like, you know, when like you're on a walk and like you just have that like impulse to just rip the leaves off the branch.
Oh yeah,
Like that's just what I just had sitting here. And I
Lexi's a
didn't,
fidgeter.
yeah, and I didn't think about how this is like a household plant
and how
like
I take care of it
yeah,
like it's my
you know,
child.
exactly.
You
I
should
was-
put that plant next to you because you could eat it.
Okay,
All
it's a
right,
basil,
girl.
and Danielle,
And I'm
stop.
not a freaking giraffe. Like I'm not trying to eat.
Are
some
you an
plant.
herbivore?
Apparently,
Yeah. All right, on to the next.
Wait,
right.
I have a stupid question.
What?
bro.
Is an herbivore and a vegetarian the same thing?
Yeah.
All I know is one is about dinosaurs. So
And then a carnivore is one that eats meat, but I'm sure they eat
dinosaurs that
vegetables.
eat meat.
It's just animals in
dude,
general.
I've only heard
Lexi.
those terms towards dinosaurs though. Like
Yeah, I
have
guess
you in
why
every
is it-
other way?
Herbivore. Yeah, I haven't heard it used any
Like
other
during
way.
like Jurassic Park and stuff and Jurassic
Right.
World.
Well, I think they use it like scientifically. Like if you were to go to the zoo, they'd be like, "Oh, that's an herbivore."
and
Right.
I always thought that was just a type of animal or a type of dinosaur
An herbivore is a type of dinosaur.
that doesn't eat meat. Yeah.
No, like
Okay.
giraffes. Giraffes are herbivores.
no, they're a vegetarian.
no, but
'cause
that's what
they're
I'm
not a
saying.
dinosaur.
Are they the
They're
same
They're
thing?
vegan. They're gluten free.
Oh, you're saying because it's not a dinosaur, it's vegetarian.
Yes, that's what I
Oh.
thought.
Okay, what is it called when it's the
No
mix? When
GMO.
Omnivore.
Oh.
yes, omnivore.
Yes, you're telling me that doesn't all relate to dinosaurs?
It's the
No,
vor.
we are omnivores. So
Anyway,
stupid.
I don't know, dude.
literally, how did we get on that? Oh, Danielle told you to eat my basil plant.
Yeah, bro.
Jeez.
Like,
you should eat my Christmas cactus.
yeah, like I didn't know I just became I guess I'm an animal all the time.
Didn't we talk about like,
You're
oh,
a
that's
mammal.
so animal of, what did you say?
Like my
Oh,
my favorite animal.
yeah. My favorite animal is when you call me an omnivore.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Okay, moving on. Okay, I don't even know if I should read this
I'm
one.
going to think about that all day.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay.
have to do some research.
I'm gonna skip this one. Okay, so now we're moving on to a theme. So this theme is stories of seeing people's true colors once you travel with them.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My best friend and I spent 2 weeks in Peru. She was a nightmare the entire time. She constantly freaked out about every little thing, wouldn't even attempt any Spanish, complained about everything, just incredibly intense and high maintenance the whole time. I swore I'd never travel with her again, and I haven't in the 20 plus years since this trip. I ended our friendship a year ago, and I will definitely not be traveling with her in the future.
Wow.
Wow,
That's
wasn't
insane.
Even, I don't even know if that was a story or just like a vent session.
And honestly, are they talking about me? Did Charlie write that? Because like literally, let's see. Wouldn't attempt Spanish. No, I wouldn't attempt Spanish. Complains about everything. Yep, I complain about everything. Incredibly intense, high maintenance the whole time. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Well,
Well,
Maybe.
Maybe this is a good self-reflecting.
well, here's
Maybe
my
he's
thing.
a ghostwriter for Reddit.
Yeah, he tried to change a few details. He did the 20+ years thing to throw me
Yeah.
off.
I mean, but I'm a firm believer in like you can love your friends, but sometimes traveling with your friends is just not good
Everyone travels differently.
because everyone has a different travel style.
Yeah.
Marry the person who you have a similar travel style to,
Right.
and everything's fine.
Unless you meet them at pickleball and they have a girlfriend and they're Mormon.
And they go on their mission.
Just because you can travel well together, don't marry them. But that might, who knows why that was so specific.
And
Just
if you
came to
want,
me.
if you want to know what Lexi's talking about, listen to our last episode.
Our advice column episode. Okay, this is another related on the theme. My cousin is an influencer. Influencer is in quotations.
Oh, so Emma's writing this about you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Emma is our cousin who's in the room with us. Danielle, thank you for giving context.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm bad.
Yeah,
at
that's
that.
what me and Danielle beef about. She
Yeah.
just, yeah.
You're going to get banned one day. Just your mic is revoked and you just have to sit here in silence.
You can talk, but
I
people
have
just
to
like
But no
over
one
here.
would
raise
hear
my
you.
hand. Oh yeah. Okay.
My cousin is an influencer, and she was a part of a group trip we did as cousins to Italy. She would spend hours in front of each place, each bridge, each church, etc., and have people take hundreds of photos of her just to choose from to put one of them on Instagram. I'm not traveling with anyone who takes Instagram that seriously ever again.
Okay, so
And it's about me again.
yeah, just if you don't like that, then just move on.
Yeah. It's
Like, okay, to an extent, but it's like, I don't know. Everyone has to respect the Instagram game.
yeah. I think there's a certain level where it's like, if it takes too much time, we're just going to drop it. It's not meant to be for you to get a good shot.
Exactly.
But if it's literally a minute of you taking photos of me, heaven forbid
yeah,
you spend a minute of your time taking photos of me, and I'll return the favor.
Right.
I'll do
Yeah.
some good ones of you. I'll even pose you.
I mean, you're in Italy.
Yeah.
like you
It's almost
should
like
take
why?
photos.
Yeah. Why don't you
Yeah.
want to take photos of people
Yeah.
for them?
I mean,
And this-
I'm not an influencer, but like when I travel, like if you're going to a cool spot, spend 30 seconds to take a quick little pic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For the memes. You know what?
Wow, I lost my train of thought.
the brain
It's okay.
cell is not in the room
Her
with
singular
us.
brain cell.
Okay, you can't turn that joke on me when it started about Danielle.
Right, but
That's
it's
so
not in
true.
the room.
The brain cell is over in Danielle's brain right now.
I currently have Lexi's brain cell.
Exactly.
But I just took
Well-
it off the road.
Oh, this is what I was gonna say. The second I'm taking photos and I feel as if I don't look good, like I'm not taking photos for the rest of the day.
That's so
that
true.
was just kind of random. But if I like am trying to take a good photo and they all look bad, like vibe is ruined, mood is ruined, and I'm done. I'm enjoying the moment. I decided I don't need a phone, you know?
Right. Lexi, will always take a photo of you for you. But I will say you are one of the most high maintenance people to take photos of.
Yes.
Oh, you
I am
guys should be
self-aware.
here for our content sessions for Go Off Sis.
Yeah. So Lexi always gets, what side is it? Whatever
The
side she's
left.
currently on.
No, this is actually my bad side, but I'm taking one for the team.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So Lexi
It'd
always
be
gets
good if I
a
was
side.
sitting where you are.
Okay. This is my good side, so I'm like kind of benefiting right now.
Yeah.
But like I swear, I will take 200 photos of Lexi. She picks 2 of them. 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And she doesn't. Yeah. It is what it is.
I am. Yeah. Like I'm self-aware.
She's very particular about how she looks
I
in
am.
photos.
I have like I don't know why, because like you know when you see photos of other people and like you like think they look the same and everything and they look great, and then they're like, I only like this one, and you're like, dude, like you look the same in every single one, like they're not. And I know people think that about me, but like
I've heard that Kim Kardashian is like that too.
really,
Yeah.
it must just be like a queen mindset.
It must be.
Our future president.
Okay, didn't
Why
you?
do you keep saying that?
I know she saw one TikTok about
It's
Kim.
a joke.
Yeah.
Bro, people are saying Kim was gonna run like 4 years ago too.
Well, everyone
Or was
said
it
Kanye.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Dude, I was actually thinking about it. Like,
Are you going to talk about politics?
no, I wasn't. But I was like, the only person that could just like pull out of nowhere and just like win would literally be Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Actually,
I would agree.
though,
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people would disagree, but I think a lot of people would agree as well.
which is why she would win.
Yeah.
Because it would, like, you know.
Well, her Eras tour is done in December.
Dun,
She
dun,
would just
dun.
have to take like 4 weeks of paid vacation.
I saw people saying Bridget Medler should run.
I saw that.
And I was like, actually, low key, yeah. And she's going to space. Did you know
What?
that? She has like 6 PhDs, dude. Like so many. She just went to school.
no more Disney. I'm going straight for the brain.
She's like a doctor and like so many things.
I mean,
and
I
she's,
knew
like, going
all of
to
that.
space.
And she went to Harvard.
Yeah.
I knew all of that. I didn't know she was going to space.
Yeah.
She has so many brain cells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than
Interesting.
us for sure.
For sure.
She probably knows the difference between vegetarian and herbivore.
Right.
Yeah.
Do we know the difference though?
No.
What
That's
is the
the point.
difference?
I don't know.
Someone DM us, please. You guys always DM us. Tell
No,
us.
someone will DM us whether we ask them to or not. So it's
Lexi
okay.
said the difference is one only applies to dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But
that
like
might
a
be
bird,
true.
like how birds only eat berries and
What is
like,
that called? A berrivore?
trees. No, they would be vegetarians, not herbivores, right, Lexi?
What?
Birds.
They would just be skinny queens.
Oh.
Okay, let me read my next one. The rest of them are all related to people that you travel with.
Okay.
Okay.
Traveled by train with a friend that I had known for over 10 years out of state. She had never traveled by train before and wanted to see what it was like. She complained nonstop about everything, and any attempt to resolve the problems were rejected. She also suffered from insomnia. She liked to sleep with the TV on and didn't want to be alone at night in a strange new place like the Airbnb that I rented. The train shook too much when it was moving. The trolley in our destination city had seats that were too hard. The rideshare's driver looked too old. The check-in time for the Airbnb wasn't early enough, but she wasn't willing to pay for an early check-in. Early check-in was a waste of money because she wouldn't be able to sleep while the sun was up. And then she fell asleep at the table while we were eating breakfast before the check-in to the Airbnb.
Okay,
Oh
yeah,
my
that
gosh.
person, this should not be your friend.
This person just needs help.
That's it.
This
yeah.
all happened before 8 a.m. on our first day.
I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like me.
I like I said, it's hello, it's us.
Yeah, it's one version of me. You know, there's a lot of versions.
Yeah.
Like that was me today.
Right.
Like, everyone has
You
their
did
day.
come in just complaining up a storm, but we're here to listen.
Yeah. So let's give people grace.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm siding with your friend. I'm just kidding.
Wait.
I don't know.
I, it's
I'm not
the
even finished. I'm not even finished.
Well, I was going to say, it's the not paying for the early check-in.
right.
Like, how much
How are
is
you
it?
going to contradict yourself like that?
$80?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't just say 80 bucks like that's a chill number.
No, but like if it
$80
was
is a lot of money.
if it was that important to her.
Right.
What is it? $500? Like, come
What
on.
is it,
guys.
like 3 bands?
Like-
Fine. Okay. I was done after the second day. I left a day early so that I could take the train back alone. I needed time to decompress from all of the complaining and blaming that she did.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
It just goes to show some of us are complainers and some of us are not.
Yeah.
And honestly, I catch myself like when I'm complaining and like Charlie hasn't said a single word and I've been complaining about something for 3 minutes. I'm like, bro, what am I doing right now?
I don't mind complaining because like we all get annoyed. It's complaining when there's and then like no action to change what you're complaining about.
Yeah.
And then like if someone tries to help you with that issue and then
Yeah.
like you complain about them trying to help you, it's like, okay, so you're literally just, you cannot be satisfied.
Right.
That's true.
Which I am guilty of
It's like you
time
don't,
and time again.
you don't want
but-
help.
Yeah.
Like you just literally want to be in a state of distress.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, or if you know what it's like booking an economy flight, but you just complain the whole time. Like, dude,
Right.
if you hate economy,
Just book something
go
else.
to business, book business, pay
Yeah.
the extra. Like,
Yeah.
it sucks, but like, do it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. And this is about people you go on vacation with.
I feel like this one's about to be good.
I feel like she like wrote her own and it's like about us.
Right.
Oh.
I went on a family vacation in Grand Haven. and
Yeah.
it was-
I actually, bro, you actually got me. I was like,
My husband and I went with another couple on a trip for our first anniversary. The trouble started in the driveway.
Oh,
After agreeing to drive their car while we paid for gas, they refused, saying their tires were not great. Their 2 huge suitcases filled up the entire trunk of our tiny car. I rode 8 hours with our overnight bags in my lap.
oh, absolutely not.
When we got to the condo, the bedrooms were not as advertised. They immediately took the room with the king bed, saying that we would switch after 2 nights. The wife got badly sunburnt the first day and refused to move into the other room, leaving us to spend our anniversary in twin beds in a room where the sun woke us up at 6 a.m. Then they started fighting. They woke up screaming at each other, calling names, belittling each other. By dinner time, they were throwing things. The wife was
gosh.
crying.
Oh
The
my
husband was
word.
shouting. They got in a screaming match at a restaurant. By day 3, they were shouting about divorce.
oh,
The neighbors next door asked them to please be quiet. Then they would drink too much, make out in public, and then go back and do loud things.
What?
We started sneaking out every morning to get some peace and quiet on the beach before they woke up. Disappeared for hours to whatever restaurants were within walking distance. When we finally got home, they said, "Hey, that was fun. Let's do it again this summer."
Okay, problem. The first mistake was made when you did your first vacation for your
Yeah.
first anniversary.
Anniversary.
No, that is a solo. You guys do that alone.
Yeah.
Why on earth?
Also, the second there's throwing and there's yelling, book a different Airbnb.
Like, tell them
Yeah.
to get
Leave.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you just leave.
Yeah.
Who cares?
That's insane.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine being around that because I've never
No.
been.
That sounds horrible.
It sounds horrible.
And the fact that they thought it was a great time is actually crazy.
That's so rude.
I'd be so embarrassed.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
And then not switching the rooms because they're sunburnt. Like, bro,
Yeah.
if you say you're going to do something, do it. Like,
Yeah.
and you know that sucks for the other couple.
Yeah.
Like, that sucks for them. Like, you're just being selfish.
Yeah.
Right. Dang.
Anyway,
I hope they. Yeah.
always travel alone, guys.
At
No,
the
really.
end of the day.
Yeah.
Like for big trips and stuff, just
well, I mean, if you can find people you like to travel with, but you
then
have
that's
to.
fine. But you have to try it.
Yeah,
once.
you have to do these little, like, I've discovered doing like little trips of like all of our family went to Chicago. That's a great test to see how we all are together. Like, I went with my friends to Detroit for just like a one night thing, like just to see
Yeah.
how do we vibe.
Yeah,
Even
or,
like,
like,
how do you
go
pick out
camping.
restaurants?
Right.
Like, there's a lot that goes into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because some people like an itinerary. Some people want to just explore. And
exactly.
like both of them are fine.
Yep.
But not everyone likes.
Danielle likes her itineraries.
I like flexible itineraries.
yeah.
That's an oxymoron.
No, it's not.
Oh, good using the
Good
vocab word.
use.
Thanks. And it is.
Danielle's a chronic itinerary maker.
Good job.
I knew where you were going with that.
Yeah.
She smiled so big after she said that.
I like having a list of things to do, but I don't like necessarily like having this day. I do like, though, if you have like one thing planned where you like buy tickets for something, it's like we have to go on this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, I'm more like
That's
chill.
usually what I do. I have usually one thing, kind of like tickets or something per day, or like reservations,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of just like move everything around it depending on where it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I do like your itineraries. When you make them, I like them.
I try.
Yeah, I like to not think and just go.
Yeah.
Do you like when someone plans it for you, or do you like to just like do whatever?
It depends on my mood.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on if I want to do something, and then I'll plan it and want to do it. But like, if I'm not in the mood to plan something, and someone's like, "You plan it," I
Yeah.
become a mean person. I'm like, "No, I don't want to plan it. So you do it yourself."
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's all I have for my travel stories, guys.
Well, they were really good.
They were
Yeah.
good.
Which
Thanks, Cass.
Which one was the most traumatizing?
The train one.
The
Yeah,
poop one?
Yeah, the
That
steam.
one was actually
Yeah.
horrible.
I didn't like that.
No.
You know,
Mm-mm.
I didn't
No.
either.
And then just all the combined like traveling with people ones were just
Yeah.
Yeah.
honestly
stressful.
just triggering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stressful, triggering.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, all right. Thanks everyone for listening to our podcast today. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see y'all next week Wednesday.
Y'all.
Did I say y'all?
I think you did.
You definitely did.
Oh, okay.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.